Hello, my name's Roy Paul, and after 40 years of working with seafarers on ships and in the maritime world, it's now my pleasure to share my enthusiasm and experience as a cruise ship enrichment speaker. We have a wealth of great explorers and traders taking to the high seas throughout our maritime history. Cook, Drake, Magellan, Cabot, Columbus and Da Gama, all exploring and discovering new lands on their voyages. Were they really heroes, or very much self-centered opportunists? What was their motivation? Who supported them and backed them? There are great stories behind these sailors. All of my talks are bespoke for the company and very much destination orientated, basing the stories on the parts of the world in which we are sailing and the early explorers that have been there before us. We can also look at other unusual journeys, such as those of St. Paul and St. Nicholas around the Mediterranean Sea. Along with the explorers and of course the valuable cargoes they had came the pirates. But who were the real pirates of the Caribbean? Why were the British navies allowed to be pirates? There are fantastic adventures to be told. And also we come up to date with the stories of the modern day Somali pirates and the way in which the seafarers and the maritime industry fought back to make our seas a safer place. The history and development of the ships and shipping has involved some very influential designers and engineers, starting from very humble beginnings, such as the Vikings making their longships, and then through the development of sail, of steam and motor vessels, to the megaships that we see sailing the world today. Now, of course, advances in electric power, and even a return to sail. All of this would not have happened but for the seafarers. It's estimated that there are around about 1.6 million seafarers from around the world today. All are highly trained and skilled maritime workers. Yet they're hidden from view, and we don't see them very often or understand the world in which they live. From the days of the press gangs and the King's Shilling, through to the sail training ships of the River Mersey, and right up to today's modern men and women of the sea. A great history of seafarer training, both here in the UK, at places such as Warsash, to Asia and the Philippines, where the majority of today's seafarers come from. All of this happens, of course, because of world trade and the development of trade routes, which go back to those early explorers, but also the development of handling cargo, which keeps our world turning and our supermarket shelves full. In a series of talks called Connections, we look at how these different innovations and inventions revolutionized the movement of trade around the world. The connection between cornflakes, top hats, tins, which led to today's modern shipping container, or What connects boxes of bananas from the Canary Isles to the introduction of conveyor belts and the development of Canary Wharf in London's Docklands?
At West India Dock.
As we cruise the world, it's good to look at the local customs and cultures of the places and the people that we're visiting. Food and family celebrations are an important life for many in the countries we visit. It's good to understand the protocols of greeting each other in these places. In a slightly light-hearted presentation, All at Sea, we look at the many phrases which we use in our language, which originated from seafaring and the maritime world, particularly from the 17th century and the days of sail. What it's like to be down in the doldrums, why you could have a square meal, and how you communicated with your bosun through the bosun's pipe. The last call at night would be to pipe down. That's the pipe now. So I'd better do as the bosun says and pipe down.